And we are back at the Charlotte Motor Speedway after a crazy finish here in the Charlotte 200 at the PORA race. Rod Benton is stand down track with Travis McKinney. Rod, take it away.
Well, I'm here with Travis. His car's right next to mine as we're parked out on the front stretch. He comes home third. Now, Travis, the pit road speeding penalty at the beginning, we were thinking that was going to be the end of your chances, but you ended up bringing it back for third. Tell us about your rebound from that.
Well, I was nervous coming into this race. We hadn't practiced very good. I mean, I'd put in a lot of laps practicing, but just didn't have the speed that I needed. And then found something today. The car was pretty fast. Sat on the pole, led a couple laps, and then I got that speeding penalty at the beginning of the race, and I knew I was just gonna have to hang out. And kept the car clean and frustrating race. It was hard racing. Just glad to salvage the top three.
Alright, well, definitely a good finish. Now, here's Anthony standing by with me. What's going on, Anthony?
Not much, Rod. How was your run? And you got a nice top two after missing that. Actually, you were involved in that big wreck on the final lap there, but you didn't spin out. Tell me how you have, avoided that wreck, and tell me about your race.
Well, our race was definitely kind of nervous, just like Travis. I mean, I built a good qual setup. I felt good in qualifying, qualified fifth,
Yeah, I know.
and I don't know, we were just a little nervous about the race. My setup, I threw an adjustment in happy hour, actually two adjustments in happy hour, so you could just tell off of that
Right.
we weren't
And he
really
would have
sure what was going to
finished
go on with it.
second. I
But
would have finished third or fourth. That would have been
we
awesome.
came into the race, we were running top 10. Me and you got together. I
Oh yeah,
didn't get
I'm not
much
gonna
damage
move.
from that. Then on the last lap, actually the wreck before the last wreck was huge. I was involved in that, but came down the pits, gained some positions. I didn't fix any of the damage, so we were a little wounded at the end. Paul got in the Hollis. I got into the back of the 16 car and just managed not to spin out. Stayed in front of Travis and finished in second.
Yeah, that last lap incident looked like a racing incident to me. Well, is there anyone that you would like to thank?
Well, everybody at PORA, I mean, we got a good league going on here. We've had a rough season. I want to thank Sim Factory. I love this game. Each and every race I run on it, I want to play it even more. Thanks Playseat for giving me a comfortable racing seat for the races, and thank
All right.
myself.
Yeah. Well, you gotta thank yourself always. Thanks, Rod. And now I hear that you are standing down in victory lane with Dan Denea.
Well, yeah, it's a big party down here in Victory Lane. I'm here with Dan, who seemed to have a good car all night. I raced around with him a little bit. Definitely seemed a bit faster than me. And Dan, without the wreck at the end, you think you would have been able to win that race?
I'm not sure. I think I made a good call taking those four tires there towards the end of the race, and if we would went green after that initial restart on the first green white checker, I don't think I'd been able to get to Hollis's bumper. But with that next caution that came out, it put me in position to have another shot at him on that last green white checker.
Well, the racing was definitely intense today, and thanks for the interview. We'll go back up to Anthony. Any final thoughts?
That was a crazy freaking race. One of the best races I think we ever had, besides the AM 500. And I'm looking forward to the chase. I think we're going to have a close championship battle here. What do you think, Rod?
Oh yeah, the championship's going to be good. Definitely some front runners I could pick out already, but if all the races in the chase are like the one we had tonight, it'll be a fun time. Had a good time tonight.
Oh, definitely.
And with that, we'll wrap it up. Send it back upstairs. Well, welcome back. Now we're going to look at the top 15 going in. 15 cars made the chase this year, and one car actually fell out of the chase right at the last race. That was Kevin Tolles. He was suspended, so he will not make the chase. But Dennis Wright is in now. Let's go to Anthony and we'll discuss some of these drivers.
Yeah, I'm looking at top 1 and 2 in points. First place is Hollis van der Loon. It's Hollis van der Loon. Sorry about that. Uh, just by looking at his season this so far, in the 14 starts, he's got 4 wins, 10 top fives, and 12 top tens, and the average finish of 4.5. And the career at PORA, 25 starts, 8 wins, 19 top fives, 22 top tens, and a 4.5 average finish. And his at the next track we're going at the Milwaukee Mile, the history there for him, he's got the 1 start, the 1 top 10, and an average finish of 6th. So I guess we know where he finished. And at short tracks, he looks dominant at short tracks also. 9 starts, 3 wins, 7 top 5s, 8 top 10s, and 4.6 average finish. So Hollis is one to look at for short track season. Now, Darren looks pretty competitive too, but not as much as Hollis. He looks strong, but not as strong. This season, he has 14 starts, the 1 win at Kansas, and the 7 top 5s, 11 top 10s, a 7.8 average finish this season. At the Milwaukee Mile, he has the 1 start, 1 top 5, 1 top 10, and he finished second that race. And short tracks for the whole season of PORA, he has 10 starts, 6 top 5s, 9 top 10s, and a 6.5 average finish. So Darren also looks pretty strong here at, the chase. Now, Rod, I hear that you have the third and fourth place chase drivers' stats.
Well, yeah, first I want to start off with Jim. Jim can definitely be, I don't want to say a dark horse, but he hasn't really showed much power. I mean, the races he's won, he's dominated, but mainly he's just been really fast in qualifying. If he could just kind of keep it a little bit better for the races. But at short tracks, he's 50% though. He seems to be pretty good at them. So Milwaukee, he might come out with a good finish. But look for him to be qualifying up front for a lot of the races in this chase. Now we'll look at fourth. It's you. Um, you have 1 win this season, which came at a road course. We are visiting our road course in the chase. That is New Jersey. Maybe you can double it up there. You got 6 top 5s and 8 top 10s. Definitely, you could pull off a good finish in this chase. How about Paul?
Mr. Paul Hahn, what his stats look like for the season of the 14 starts, which he made all the races, which you need to for the chase, which is he got out of it no wins, 5 top 5s, and 11 top 10s, and an average finish of 8.1. At the Milwaukee Mile, he has no starts and no stats at the Milwaukee Mile. Short tracks, he has 5 starts, the 1 win, 4 top 5s, and 5 top 10s, and an average finish of 3.8. And also looking at Heath, I know Heath is pretty dominant, especially at Salem, and I believe we are going to Salem in the chase. So, and he also at the Milwaukee Mile, he has the 1 start, 1 win, 1 top 5, 1 top 10, and an average finish of 1. And at short tracks, he has 10 starts, 4 wins, 8 top 5s, 9 top 10s, and an average finish of 3.3. Now, that stats right there for short tracks is dominant and a contender for the win next week, next Wednesday. Heath, Rod, go on.
Now, seventh is Travis McKinney, and this is my personal pick. If anybody's going to get up there and beat Hollis, this is the guy. I mean, he hasn't really had all the stats to show for it, but he has been fast every race, but he just has bad luck, whether it's a speeding penalty or getting caught up in an accident. If Travis can keep his car straight and run up front, he will be there at the end, and I can see him winning 3 out of these 10 races into the chase. He's got 1 start at Milwaukee, and it was a 5th place finish back last season. 10 starts at short tracks with 5 top 5s, and he's just been strong this year. I think he can carry over a little bit of his strong momentum into the chase, he'll be a contender for sure.
Definitely. And I pulled up your stats here. Uh, they're looking pretty good. You know, at the one start, the Milwaukee Mile, you finished third, which is a top 10 and a top five. And at short tracks this season, you have seven starts, the one top five and two top tens, and a 12.3 average finish. I believe you can improve that if you get top five next Wednesday. And, you know, your stats look pretty good for your career, too.
Alright, in ninth place, we'll look at Lance Main, who jumps up to ninth from being 11th last week. 13 starts this year for PORA. He has a pole, so you know he's fast in qualifying, and he's got a win going in, which is important. Kevin Buchanan, 10th. He kind of missed some races going into the end of the chase. Hurt his points chances a little bit, but if he makes all the races in the chase, he could definitely be a top 5 finisher in the end, because he seemed fast in the beginning of the year.
Definitely. Kevin's usually strong on the big 2 mile tracks, you know, like at Pocono and Michigan, you know, California type tracks. He's real dominant at those kind of tracks, but expect him on some short tracks too.
Alright,
And
Anthony.
and looking at the rest of the chase, we have Rob Tolles, who has only one start at the Milwaukee Mile, short tracks 10 starts, and three top fives and eight top tens, and 7.7 average at short tracks.
12th, Dennis Wright. He's actually suspended going into Milwaukee as he passed his caution limit. Unfortunate that he makes the chase and won't be able to compete in the first race. I think that'll just all about kill his chances not competing in that race because he's going to fall behind in the points early, and that's never a good thing. 13th, Mike Loxton. He hasn't had a really strong year so far with only 3 top 10s, but he's a consistent driver and he could possibly pull off a top 10 in this chase race.
And Chris Walker, uh, with no history at the Milwaukee Mile. But he has a history at short tracks, which is 4 starts, no wins, two top fives, four top tens, and a 5.8 average. And also, just give me a minute, Dominic Papa with a no history at the Milwaukee Mile. 5 starts, no wins, one top five, one top 10, and a 17.8 average finish on short tracks. And there you have it, your top 15 for the PORA chase for the PORA Cup.
Now, that's our top 15. Let's look at some of the guys that didn't make the chase. Some notables, some names you usually see up front that weren't up there. I mean, Chuck Runyon, he didn't compete in enough races to really get into it. I think he could have been able to make the chase if he would have showed up week after week. Larry Norman probably would have been able to get up there with him only having 10 starts, but some suspensions, they really hurt him.
I believe that, you know, Gil Drake could have even made it into the chase if he made all the races, or, you know, even made 10 races or 11. Also, I think Tyler Dunford, if he had better luck and made more races, he could have had a possible chance of making the chase too.
Alright, one more thing before we go. Next week, looking at Milwaukee. Short track, the tires burn up fast there. That track, kind of like Dover, the concrete eats up your tires. I mean, you have any predictions for the winner of that race?
My prediction would have to be either Hollis, me, or Heath or Travis for that race, because I'm always, you know, as you said, that track with tires is just like Dover, and I know how to save tires at Dover, and that's why I got my first win. So I really love that track. Hollis and everyone else is strong there. So who's your pick for the race winner?
Well, 4 guys can't win the race, so I'm just gonna have to narrow it down to one. Practicing this morning with Heath, he seems to be confident in his chances to get it done, and confidence is definitely a key point, and he looks fast to me.